welcome back. I am happy to be back. I'm ecstatic to be back, as you can tell by the ecstaticness in my voice. Alright, so what are we going to do today? Where are we picking up? We're picking up at 19 mastery points at present. We still need a little bit here in End of Dragons, and we need a little bit in End of Dragons in two ways, right? So one, I shouldn't have closed that. There we go. Coming back to the mastery points, we're trying to get to Jade Tech Waypoint, right? So 5, 6 total. We already got enough mastery points to actually do it. What we need is the experience. But then also, in End of Dragons, the other thing that we were trying to do, so we were trying to get to the point where we had unlocked Arborstone. So that does require a little bit of End of Dragons story to get there and do that. So that's what I'm going to start out with right now. In the grand scheme of things, like what other things could we be working on? Well, we're going to need all of Season 4 for Skyscale. So at some point, I will probably start pushing on that. But also, like, I've been doing a lot of story thus far, and it's kind of wearing thin. So at some point, I will also not be doing story for a little bit, focus on some of the other things. Before I leave today, one of the things that I would like to do is do my dailies. I haven't, so generally, if I'm on this account, I'm recording. Or streaming, or what will you, I'm doing something like that. And that's just to keep from giving the impression that, like, somehow I'm bypassing the basic premise of what I'm trying to achieve here. However, the downside of that is I pretty much never do dailies, and for our goals, dailies would be, like, hugely beneficial. So, before taking off today, in addition to knocking out some End of Dragon story, I definitely want to do dailies. And then additionally, I would like to grab some, not even going to be easy to see from here. In fact, are we going to be able to see them at all? Well, we've unlocked so little of the map that probably not. So there are a number of core Tyria mastery points spread out throughout the world that you can grab. 12 of them, if I remember correctly. It wouldn't hurt us to grab those, just because as it is right now, we're going to need 8, 13, 16, 18. We need 15 more, so we're going to fall short even after those 12. So we're going to have to grab a few more from some achievements, or, I mean, really the easy answer is like core story. Story journal. Well, that's season 2. Anyway, I forget where it shows up on here, but you can in fact get them from the core story. There are a number of story steps throughout the core story that you get them from. I'm kind of confused on where they probably fall in here. No? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9, not 12. So we're going to have to come up with 6 somewhere else. That's not them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There are plenty to be had. In the meantime, let's go ahead and move forward with the End of Dragons story. Try and get the this Arborstone business taken care of. That way we don't have to worry about that anymore.
I call upon your power. Democratization through chaos. That was Scarlet style, and now it's Anka's.
So that whole dialogue right there, kind of unclear when you're actually dealing with Scarlet. Like, I don't, whether or not that was the intention. Particularly when Season 1 was, like, first out. I don't know that I ever got that from Scarlet. In fact, on the contrary, like, Scarlet's motivations seemed exceptionally unclear when Season 1 first came out. They slightly, you know, they made little adjustments here and there when they redid Season 1. I don't necessarily feel like it was a retcon type thing. It was a, I think it was intended to be a clarification type thing. and maybe so maybe now with the current season 1 that is a little clearer than it was, but definitely when season 1 was first a thing, when it was live, I don't recall ever saying to myself, oh, Scarlet is like this Tyler Durden sort of character. Like that 100% never was communicated, or not communicated well at least. I really enjoyed this the first time I played through.
Something to do with dragons.
Flying this little dude around and, you know, grabbing these scans. At this point, do I still like super love it? Nope. Kind of wears me out now. But again, that's my own fault for, you know, playing through the story a number of times and kind of being a little bit burnt out on it. The fact is, it's a pretty fun little thing that they've included here. I like it. So I really like, even if I'm bad at this part, and I am bad at this part, I like it when the bad guy or the bad guys, I like it when what you have to overcome is just a mess of enemies. I like that significantly more than overcoming one like super powerful bad guy. I don't know. It's a personal thing. It 100% is. I can't justify it. I can't explain it psychologically or, you know, like scientifically in some way. But and that goes all the way back to like Guild War in the breached wall mission in the first Guild Wars. If you really like built out a solid character at max level, and then you went back and did that, I don't know that it even needed to be that solid of a character, to be quite honest. And then you went back and did that mission later, you could, instead of fleeing all the char that were coming to get you, you could stand and fight them. And it was this kind of same kind of thing where it was just this huge number of char. And I really appreciated that while I don't think clearly the story was written to where you needed to run away, that was the intent of that. And even if you stood in there and fought them, the story wouldn't advance until you ran away. So you could hang in there and kill every char. You would still need to run away to advance the story. That's fine. But the fact that you could hang in there and kill them all and then continue to proceed through the story was just like super cool. And that story was balanced in a way that made it possible. They didn't make the enemies invincible. They just threw a lot of them at you. And for me, that was such a better option. Anything that the player cannot, you know, like invincible enemies, fights that are designed for the player to be killed, all these kind of things, are all super unrewarding for the player.
When exactly
They all
are you
suck.
planning to tell us your Jade Tech empire?
This is incredible. The entire facility is underwater?
70 fathoms deep, give or take.
Can it really handle the water pressure?
If it can't, we'll be fish food soon enough.
Actually, we'd be vaporized.
Where's June?
I've been meaning to
She'll be here
Google
soon.
Long way
what
from
would
Jade
happen
Tech.
to a human body
Does she really
at
expect
how
us
many
to wait
fathoms
around
was
for
it?
her?
70 fathoms underwater. I'm really curious if you get vaporized or not. Like, I suppose we could ask the sailors on the Kursk if they weren't sunk at the bottom of
So
the...
this is where you have an
What sea
elder
was it?
dragon
Black
locked
Sea?
up?
Sea of Azov? Where do those idiots sink? Anyway, they're all vaporized, so we can't ask them. I'll have to Google it sometime. So, this instance, something they did extraordinarily good at. Since I'm always picking on Arena, let's talk about something they did exceptionally well. All this other stuff being here while you go through this, awesome. In scope of instance, which really, it's not giant. It's a smaller instance on the map than like a raw story mode. But
And I want to bring that
this,
all of Tyrion
just seeing so much, and I think it's because they did the
To
pathing
the entire world.
very clever with the tram, right? But just all the things you see as you come along on this, and at some point Gorik like
That magic's
talks
becoming
about how
increasingly
amazing it is.
unstable.
He wants to do a tour again or something. But they do a really good job of creating an environment here. I really like it.
What to do? Breaking the cycle. It's for a better world, I promise.
See you on the other side, Commander.
Anka, don't!
So whereas
It's
and like I said, I don't think it's a retcon. It just wasn't clear
Promise me.
when we first meet Scarlet in season 1, and so like her motivations to me were completely unclear.
Commander.
I think they do a better job, if only because they've already introduced it now.
Orion's stolen magic.
Um,
Anka unleashed the extractor.
they do a better job of kind of making it clear what Anka is trying to achieve, in that her goals are similar. Is it crystal clear? No, it's not, but much clearer than it was with Scarlet.
Commander, nothing
I think
matters if the reactor blows.
in terms of dialogue,
The framings compromise the entire structure.
Anka is as well written a villain as they've had. Hurry up, guys. Can we skip this? Do we want to? I mean, I'm going to do a story playthrough later. Yeah,
I shouldn't have embraced you.
I like Anka better
It took
than
me
most.
too long to
Like,
see
there's
just
little
how empty
Asura,
you are.
better villain
If it's
than stupid-ass Balthazar. Straight up.
Trin. She.
They need to come in for questioning. Orders came straight from Minister Lee.
This situation is Commander, you arrived. Let's take a
I
seat.
did.
This is my favorite sushi in New Kaineng. I
Sweet.
would make a recommendation.
So,
but
tiny little touch here that I quite like.
everything's good.
You can order any of these
You
things,
honor us, esteemed
and I
Navon.
really like that.
What would you like today?
I'll have the yellowtail.
Today
and the
we're gonna
triple temaki,
do.
please.
I'll take a bowl of
We're
white
gonna do
rice.
Yellowtail as well.
You don't care for sushi detectives? We did not survive the wars of Shirotagachi. We need to have your story end here.
I like that. That's a cool touch. Now, what I don't like about it is, as always, Guild Wars 2 is completely reliant on the first Guild Wars for like the significance of its like story, and I don't understand why.
Sean,
Oh, look at that! I got a thing. Like,
I'm
why
so
can't the Guild Wars
sorry
2
I
story stand on
left
its
you
own?
to this fate.
But I do like, well, I don't like that for Guild Wars 2 as a whole. In this case, it serves as a reference
anomaly
for
vanished.
who and
Must
what
have been
Ishan
anti-corruption
and
from the magic
Navon
in the salt
are.
Ishan was
And
consumed by
and
the
it works
same
pretty well
power.
here.
That will take
I just
so
get
long.
tired of, like,
And then
Pathfire
all
in
of
Season 4 was
Tyria,
terrible about using the
void,
first Guild Wars
the
as such a
void.
crutch.
the force that emerged from the broken dragon cycle.
Alright, so we should have our little thing now. I'm hoping. If not, then I'll need to legit do, like, a check to see what is necessary to unlock it. Oh, man, we need more mounts. Let's see. And there it is. So this is what we were playing for. Arborstone Portal Scroll. That's going to allow us to... And conversely, now that we've unlocked Arborstone here, that should also give us... So over here is a portal for the strike missions. But now, I don't know if the portal for Lion's Arch is something that you have to unlock by further developing the, through the masteries or not. Genuinely don't know. But
A practical demonstration.
we can always come
Let's see
here.
how you fare.
So, yeah, we can always return to Corteria through World vs. World, right? Obsidian Sanctum has a portal to Lion's Arch. Now, even if we can't use the portal in Lion's Arch to come here, even if we can't go directly back and forth between here because maybe that's tied to a mastery, doesn't matter. This will always take us here, and World vs. World can always take us to Lion's Arch. So now we have the functionality that I was looking for. So happy with that. So let's see. Why don't we start getting those mastery points in the core world that I was talking about. If it's in the core world, it doesn't require. Alright, we got that. There was another one in Mount Maelstrom, was there not? That might be the easiest thing to get to next. Alright, master point number 2. Nice, nice. Let's go get that next one. I'll have to be able to get to it without mounts or gliding. I don't remember exactly how to do that. Is this taking place right now, or is it about to take place? If it's taking place right now, we're going to do it. If it's about to take place, I'm not going to waste time. Alright. Super cool. Got that one. Let's see here. So there's another one under our belt. Man. Dredgehaunt Cliffs, our next stop. Do hate that map. Alright, what's the next one? We got Dredgehaunt Cliffs done. We still need Fireheart Rise, Iron Marches. Those two are side by side, so we'll get them at the same time. And Harathi Hinterlands, which is up on its own, doing its own thing. Alright, got that taken care of. I should be right there. Alright. Fireheart Rise. Let's see, that's in Cozen Desolate. Ooh, I legit. Oh, I remember where that one is. That one's super easy to get to. It's hanging out right out in the open. No jump puzzles, no underwater shenanigans. Alright, so Fireheart Rise now complete. So we just have Harathi Hinterlands left. The problem with Harathi Hinterlands is I am going to have to run there because I don't really have anything close to there. And I'm almost out of... It is a good thing this didn't take much longer because I'm about out of my drink. Alright, doesn't matter. We're done with those mastery points. So that put us in a way better situation here. Now we're up at 10. Alright. So, here's where we're at as we wrap things up for today. We are now at 22 mastery. We gained a whole bunch more mastery points in Corteria for us to be able to use. We also finished everything that we want to accomplish in the End of Dragons main storyline. So now, in addition to Pathfire and Heart of Thorns and Icebreed Saga, we no longer have to mess around with the story in End of Dragons anymore. That leaves us with Season 3, Season 4, and probably a little bit of core just for mastery points. And so next time, probably what we'll do is begin on some of those Living World seasons, but also I want to break away from a little bit of the story stuff and get more into like doing some more Fractals dungeons to build up our gold, because our gold is still at 23 right now. And I don't know that's going to jump considerably with anything that I'm like got here in storage. So 2352 and less than a gold in there. So we got a long way to go on gold, and doing some more instance content will help us out. So next time, maybe start either Season 3 or Season 4, one of the two, but also start getting into some more instance group content. All right, well, have a good reason. Good evening. Good reason. Good reason for what? Have a good evening, and I'll see you next time.